And here we are today on the 390. We have our Rapidbike Racing we're going to be installing today. Picked up from Gray Area KTM. No problems. When you get it, it's going to be in a box. I have already opened this box, but the first thing it says on it is please send email to them for the instructions. So make sure you do that and you'll get the instructions, which for the most part isn't too bad. There's a couple of spots that are maybe something gets lost in the translation, but for the most part it's manageable. So first thing we'll do is open up the box. There is our unit, our actual brain of the matter, and underneath we've got some more paperwork. Warning about not to use it in California, that it doesn't meet emission standards. And then it tells you how to download the Rapidbike Master free software. Well, that's kind of more of a thing for a laptop. If you're going to try to adjust it, you get a baggie of your wires. You get a USB to serial, and then you get some plugs. That's what's in the box. Now, when we open up, the first thing is our cables. I like to just take them out, see how many we're dealing with here. Obviously this is our end for our ECU. These are our plugs for different things. We'll go over that when we get to it. And then there's all our connections. They're all pretty much in groups of 2 because it's one in, one out kind of thing, with the exception of one green wire. So 4 plus our one green wire. So really not too bad. And we don't need to worry about the plugs or the other thing at this time. So we'll go straight to it. First thing I did, so I take our instructions, make sure it matches what bike we're using. And I went through and I found all the different connectors, looking on the bike just to keep it easy. So first one says locate the gray 2-pin connector under the fuel tank. My fuel tank was already off. If yours isn't off, you're going to have to take it off. So when they say our 2-pin connector, this is going to be for the injector. There it is right there, injector. So we know where that one is. So this one will be for our TPS sensor. This is the lone single wire. This one's on the right side of the bike. And a bit of a dig. So it's this one right here with a boot on it and some shitty electrical tape. And you're looking for the green with a yellow striped wire. And there should be 6 of them in there. And this is the one we're going to splice into. And I hate splicing, but we'll see how well their thing works. So that's the second one. Third one. So you're looking for a 6-pin connector. Makes it a little easier when you can see that it's got that. And it tells you left-hand side of the bike. If we come over here, kind of dig down. There it is right there. That's our guy down there. So we can see 5 wires with a 6-pin there. Next one, the green 4-pin. So this one will be for our O2 sensor. This one's pretty easy to find. Right there. Nice big fat one. That's going to be Then we have the power connection. Now this one's a little bit funny, in my opinion. If you've deleted your ABS, this is the power for the ABS. When you read it up here, locate and disconnect the 2-pin connector coming from the oil pump for the rear brake pedal and placed on. So that is what would be for your brake pressure sensor. I don't remember what to do with it right now. But your brake pressure sensor comes off one of these two, and it's one like that. So mine's already off because I deleted the ABS. So it doesn't really need to be there, but if yours is there, oh, there it is right there. So this would be in there, and you're going to splice into between these two, put the connector in between. But I don't have that, so I'm not sure if I have to keep this on it or not. I'm hoping not. So I'm just going to connect it to that. Oh, it took me a while to figure out what it was because mine's missing already. And then you got a ground. And there's plenty of those around. There's one on this side, there's one on that side. Most of our stuff's going to be on this side, so I'm going to keep it on that. The only thing that's on the other side is that TPS sensor, and it is long enough that it can make its way across on its own. So we'll keep it on that side. So, and then they're telling you where to put the Rapidbike. I don't see fix the module in the gloves compartment. I'm not sure what a gloves compartment is, but we'll have to come up with a spot for it as we move along through the things. I don't see a lot of room on here. The tank's super tight against your ECU right here. So I'm not sure that you'll be able to squeeze it underneath. Then you got the battery, then you got other shit, then you got your seat. So mine's probably just going to drape over here until we start pulling off all the other stuff and getting rid of this and that. I mean, there's lots of little places here and there that you can always snake it under here and get it back here. You just got to make sure it's not going to interfere with the new race bodywork. So that's it. Let's get started here. So we're going to run them in order that they tell us to. So first one again is our injector. All of the cables all have what they're doing for you. 12 volts, TPS, and so on. These ones are so to get these out, you just got to squeeze right at the end right there, and it'll pop out for you. Click that one in. And when you're clicking these in, just make sure they're clicking. Don't just push them on as hard as you can. Make sure they click. And if you have problems pulling one off, step back a second and make sure that you're squeezing the right parts or what have you, because you don't want to wreck any of this stuff. I'm just going to drape it over like this for now. Because the next one they want us to do is the TPS sensor, which is right here. This one might be a little bit too short. Try to be mindful of where you're routing it, that you're planning a little bit ahead. There is lots of room under here, especially with all your ABS gone. So for now, I'm just going to leave that one over there, and I'm going to jump ahead because that's the one I don't like doing in the first place. The next one will be that one that was way under there. A little bit hard to see. Okay, and then there's a zip tie underneath this one that'll help get you more clearance. And this one, if you just pull up underneath, right at the bottom there, it'll just pop right out. Now we got our one end, click it in, and our female end. Again, listening for those audible clicks. I want to make sure that we're getting those clicks. So now our last one that'll be a little bit awkward. It's going to be our O2 sensor. And these ones just pull up like that, and they basically just fall apart. Probably the easiest one to do. Make sure you open up the other one. A nice big audible click again. There we go. There's all of our pieces with the exception of our goofy little power switch. This one's pretty easy. Click down. There we go. There's everything installed. Like I say, the gas tank doesn't go that far deep. It stays pretty level. So you got lots of room for all of this stuff. To be kind of nicely tucked under here. So before I put the tank back on, that's when we'll go through and zip tie everything up. Nice and neat. The only one left is our TPS wire. So I'd always be worried about this being pulled on. So I'd definitely get a good zip tie on it after the fact, because these connectors are kind of a little bit questionable at times. So we want to remove almost worked. There we go. take this, and I'm going to wind them up. Let's grab our connector. So this is called a posi tap connector. Posi tap. So it's got two ends that'll come out. So this is for your posi wire, the green one, this end, and the gray end will go over that green with yellow stripe. So it's got a slot in it that you've got to feed that wire through. So, got it on there. Now we're going to take the other half. You can see it. It's got a little pin. That's what's going to pierce the wire. Okay. And there we go. I got this end. We're going to slide to the top. We're going to just push this into it. And tighten it down. That'll really squish it in there. And there we are, nice and tight. Okay, now that we can see all this, we can kind of see how we're going to have to route stuff. This could be on the other side of it. All that. Kind of got to play around with it and see what's going to work best without putting strain on anything. Running under is a better idea. Like I say, before we put the tank back on, we'll zap strap all of this up. Kind of make a neater little area. So the only thing we have left here is the ground. And then we have all of these ends. Now each of these ends is for something else. It tells us which each one of them is for. CAN bus, USB, our switch map, and our quick shifter. But what we're going to do, we're not going to use any of those things, is they give you all the plugs to fill them in. So each and every one just going to click all of these plugs into. To keep them safe from any rainwater. No, they're all dead-ended. Super easy to take off, so I wouldn't worry about that. If you want to change, if you want to run something off the CAN bus or something. Me, I was going to run my Solo 2 off the Euro 5. Because now they'll do a Euro 5 one. So now that we have everything in place, we'll probably run it down the side here. There's our ground right there. And then it's just a simple connect for this guy. I'm not going to do it yet. They give you a Velcro that you can stick on somewhere. Like I say, you kind of got to see where everything is going to end up first with all the different mods that we have. So just keep in mind this will have to go somewhere. Maybe if you get a small enough battery, maybe be around there, but the tank does encompass a lot of it, and so does the tank cover. So we'll when we start putting on the race bodywork, that's when we'll figure out those small details. So for now, we'll just keep her right like that and keep this nice and safe in its box. And that's it. That'll be it for installing the Rapidbike Race on the RC390 race bike project. Thanks for watching.